This week, I explore one of West Africa's most underrated capitals, a city full of history and vibrant culture, home to a stunning coastline and some of the most beautiful beaches on the continent. Join me as we explore the country's national museum to uncover the rich heritage of its peoples, visit the city's iconic cotton tree to learn about the slave trade, walk through the historic ruins of the first Western-style university in Africa, and enjoy the stunning sunsets and pulsating vibes of beautiful Lumley Beach. This is a city that is not to be missed, and is the perfect place to put up your feet and relax after some arduous West African travel. Welcome to Freetown, Sierra Leone. Well, welcome to Freetown, Sierra Leone. This is the Radisson Blu Hotel where I'm staying. Pretty pricey, but very comfortable. I am heading out now to explore the capital city of Sierra Leone here. Never been to this country before. This is country 129 for me, so definitely excited to be here. So it's a bit of a wait for a Keke or a tuk-tuk around here. This is more of a residential area. One of the hotel staff was saying, so it is what it is, but it's pretty quiet. We just gotta wait for one to pass. It should be no more than 5 minutes, but let's hope. This is Lumley Beach in all its glory. You can see several waterfront hotels, a lot of beach bars. As you can see, it is not the cleanest beach. So I knew that from reading online, but I'm wondering why. Like, why is this the way it is? There's so much trash on the beach that just seems like there's no civic pride here, I guess. And I'm kind of disappointed to see that, because this would take good, one afternoon on a Saturday to have a community cleanup, and let's just, toss this all into some rubbish bags and call it a day. I mean, this would be a pretty pristine beach. Unfortunate, because Sierra Leone actually has a lot of potential, but you cannot attract tourist crowds here with beaches like this. That's so fixable too, so it is a little bit disappointing in that regard. And I don't think it's all just littered here on the beach itself. I think it floats in. I think there's a lot of dumping of garbage off the west coast of Africa, and a lot of that just moves its way back up here. So unfortunate. You can see the mountains popping up here as well. So pretty beautiful day. A really nice day for a stroll on the beach. There's not a lot of people on the beach, and I read that it's not very common for local Sierra Leoneans to actually enjoy this beach during the day. It's more of an afternoon thing where they go out and they, enjoy the beer on the beach and a meal or whatever else. You can see the occasional runner here and some wayward teenagers asking for, help or handouts here and there, but otherwise it's a pretty chill place, and it stretches on for kilometers and kilometers and kilometers. So huge beach. I have made it down here into the heart of Freetown, Sierra Leone. This is the capital of Sierra Leone, and as you can see, it is absolutely bustling. So this is the city's busiest intersection, a roundabout right here, and at the very center of it is the famous cotton tree. So this cotton tree was planted during the founding of Sierra Leone back in 1792. So it was freed slaves who volunteered to fight for the British during the American War of Independence that were able to get their freedom and leave Nova Scotia, Canada, to found this city of Freetown, Sierra Leone. It has been hit by lightning though, so it is significantly damaged, but it does serve as a huge monument to freedom after slavery here. So 1792, this is the heart of the historic city of Freetown. And right over here is the Sierra Leone National Museum. Several people have recommended that I check out this museum, and although it is small, I heard it does contain some interesting history. I believe the admission is 100 leones, or about 650 Canadian or so. It's kind of steep, but it is what it is, for Africa at least. But I'm gonna go inside and check it out. Sierra Leone National Museum. After paying my admission, I took a quick guided tour of the museum to learn more about Sierra Leone's history and the unique cultures of its many ethnic groups. So that people would walk around with this on.
Yeah.
Oh wow, just like entertainment.
Exactly. Like
Really? Wow.
Just lost your loved one.
Yeah.
You're in a very painful situation.
You wear this
She
mask
normally
and-
come out, she do sort of spellings.
I
for you
see.
To be happy, to forget about your
So
grief,
it's-
your pain and sorrow.
It's seen as giving you some enjoyment, some
Enjoyment,
happiness. Yeah.
exactly.
Wow. Interesting. So Sierra Leone means Lion Mountain.
Mountain, yeah.
Oh wow. Interesting.
Yeah.
And it was given by the Portuguese explorer.
Yeah.
Really? Wow. And that's why this is here, really?
Yeah.
Oh, very cool.
And this is Madame Yoko.
Oh yes, my hotel
Yes.
is named from this one.
That
Madame
is
Yoko.
Hotel,
Yeah.
Madame Yoko, she was the first female paramount chief in Sierra Leone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. First chief.
The museum houses a wide range of historical and cultural artifacts, from traditional crafts to colonial era items. That said, the museum is definitely low budget, so come with realistic expectations to avoid disappointment. Overall, 20 to 30 minutes is more than enough to get a quick sense of the country and its peoples, but the admission fee is admittedly quite steep for what's on offer. Nevertheless, if you like what you see here on screen, definitely stop by to give it a look if you find yourself in the center of Freetown.
Pretty good tour. I mean, there's not really any set prices here, and I think this museum is actually free officially, according to Lonely Planet. But they do, shake you down for what they can get. Technically free, but just be generous if you come. They need the money. So this beautiful building, colonial building, is the Law Courts building. Huge colonial relic here in the heart of Freetown. And you can see these massive towers surrounding it. So definitely a bustling city. I mean, my hotel is located pretty much in the most tranquil part of town with the Lumley Beach adjacent. But this is truly the heart of the action here with the Law Courts building. And over this way, the very famous cotton tree. So a lot to see and do here in Freetown. A lot more bustling than I thought it would be. I thought it'd be a little bit more chill, but it's definitely crazy down here. So my next stop here is the St. John's Maroon Methodist Church, founded 1808. So this church was actually founded by a group called the Maroons, who were settlers basically in the early days of Sierra Leone, who arrived in the colony in 1800. So they were excellent stone masons and metal workers, and you can see that their architecture is actually pretty decent. So beautiful church here, one of the most popular or famous churches here in Freetown. So pretty incredible. So just stumbled upon another cute little church here. This is the New Zion Church, and it has a little relief model, basically, sculpture of the Last Supper on the very top. So pretty cute. So I'm walking down towards the central bus station, which is just beyond here, a few more blocks. Definitely chaotic streets, so I'm gonna get back on a sidewalk. Oh. Whew.
Hi boss, how are you?
I'm okay, how are you?
You good?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. So I just stumbled upon another church and actually a huge lizard right here. Gecko. Hello, buddy. But just stumbled upon this church. It looks like it's an Anglican church. Beautiful building. Stone brick building here facing the sea on the other side. This is the St. George's Cathedral. It's not marked on Google Maps at all, but pretty amazing building. I think it's Anglican. It doesn't appear to be Catholic. And I am correct, it is the Anglican diocese. So Anglican Cathedral, which is not uncommon in these former British colonies. The Church of England. Yeah, decent stone. It's like volcanic. Very cool. Pretty beautiful interior. So plenty of beautiful British colonial buildings here. This one dates back to 1898. I'm not even sure what it is. It's just a ruined building. Kind of looks uninhabited at this point. Things are all cracked and broken. There are just so many of these British colonial buildings everywhere, and they're just kind of fallen by the wayside and unkempt at this point. So this is why I would strongly encourage you not to be on your phone while walking around Freetown, because it's pretty easy to fall into a pit without realizing it. They got an open sewer system here, so there are a lot of tripping hazards you got to keep an eye out for. So just make sure you're not glued to your phone here. I tried to go check out the State House, but unfortunately you're not allowed to visit. No photography permitted or anything like that. It's not a tourist destination. I saw it from afar. It's kind of an older, almost like Cold War era building, it looked like, and almost Soviet-like. I'll throw a photo up here, but other than that, no such luck. So, I was stopped by the police, unfortunately, so it all happened so quick. I had no idea where I was. Evidently, there was a police station adjacent to me, so just be careful if you're filming around here. I talked to the guy. We had a good 5-minute discussion about why I'm here and all that. They just interrogated me. Nothing too crazy, and honestly, it's mostly the camera that's attracting attention, so you probably won't face any, issues here yourself, but because I'm a YouTuber and I'm carrying the gear, it's attracting a lot of attention. All right, another Keke ride. So this is pretty much a decent, fun way to get around town. They're quite cheap. I haven't been in a tuk-tuk for a long time. I'm heading to the Old College, the ruins of the Old College, which is one of the top sites here in Freetown, so it should be good. So we took the wrong turn here, but treated to this amazing view, so not all bad. Yeah. Really beautiful view. Pretty stunning views from up here, wow. So my final sightseeing stop here in the center of Freetown is this Old Fourah Bay College. And this is one of the oldest British colonial buildings here in Freetown. You can see it's completely gutted by fire, but still in pretty good condition. The original Fourah Bay College building opened in 1827 as the first Western-style institution of higher learning in modern Africa. Crazy, the first university in Africa. I did not know that, so that is very, very cool. After the collapse of the center of Timbuktu, Sierra Leone's first colored governor, I don't think that's politically correct anymore, but Staff Sergeant William Ferguson laid the building's foundation stone when its construction started in 1845. Completed in 1848, it housed the Christian institution, which in 1876 developed into the first university college in Black Africa. So very cool. Definitely glad to check this building out. I'm going to go peek around and see what I can find. I did find some chickens kind of randomly hanging out here. But yeah, a lot of history here, and definitely an impressive colonial era building. Wow. No such luck to get up here unless you're willing to climb. I'm gonna go peek inside over here though. Hi. How are you doing?
Good. You say, we have the road fast. You see, we have the keep fast.
Pretty cool interior. Yeah, the bones are in pretty good condition. There's nothing wrong with this building. I mean, you wouldn't necessarily, I guess, want to restore it in this condition, but it could be done, I think. Pretty cool. Even the support beams are still in place, but wow, so much colonial history here. Pretty cool. First Western style university here in all of Africa, so pretty special place. And I guess they do have a modern Fourah Bay College, and that's hence why I got taken up to the top of a mountain, because they thought I wanted to go to the modern college. So that was interesting. In any case, yeah, pretty amazing place. I'm glad I came up here actually. There's no admission fee or anything. You just show up and tour it to your heart's content. So pretty amazing building. So I'm gonna head out of here, but definitely worth checking out this abandoned building. Again, it's in pretty amazing condition still. I mean, for a building that was built literally 200 years ago, it's incredible that this thing, didn't get more destroyed, I suppose, by the fire, but it is mostly brick, so it's pretty strong. In any case, I'm gonna head back to Freetown Central and get a bus to Lumley Beach, likely. But pretty incredible. the Aberdeen Lighthouse, built in 1812 by the Portuguese. You can see pretty tall. And again, it's over 200 years old, so pretty crazy. But it's pretty rickety, hey? Not safe to go up. Yeah. Wow. 1812 it was built?
Yeah.
Very cool. Wow. So pretty amazing views of the Aberdeen neighborhood here across the way. Looks like there's a fire over there right now. And my hotel is actually out that way in that direction. But old fishing pier right over here. This is a British era, it looks like. Nice place. It is so hot outside that the minute you walk outside here, just drenched in sweat. It's so muggy. So that's a bit more common, I guess, as we're heading south through Africa. I think just because it's on the Gulf of Guinea and much more tropical, at least in latitude. All right, I just took a tuk-tuk down here to the heart of Lumley Beach. And there is a spot here for people to snap Instagram photos. I love Salone is the nickname for Sierra Leone. So Salone is kind of the shorthand for Sierra Leone. I love Salone. The sun is still pretty high in the sky. Sunset's probably about an hour and a half away, an hour away, somewhere in there. It's only 5 p.m. But gorgeous stretch of sand. Again, it is always a little bit more on the unkempt and, you know, littered side. Unfortunately, I wish they would take the time to clean up these beaches, but it is what it is, I guess. Still a nice stretch of sand and some gorgeous waves rolling in from the Atlantic. Pretty beautiful. Just wandering down the beachfront boulevard. This is Lumley Beach Road, and it stretches on for a good, maybe 3 or 4 kilometers. So it's a pretty hefty beach. A lot of different eateries on this road, as you can see. A lot of bars, beach bars, lounges, and that is something you don't see every day. Corn milk. I've never heard of that before. A gorgeous sunset here at Lumley Beach. Early tomorrow, about 5 in the morning, I'm going to head over to the bus station here in Freetown and hopefully get a bus out to Bo, which is the major town on the east, I guess, of like south, whatever you want to think of it as, here in Sierra Leone. And then from there I'll be able to find many buses heading to the Liberian border. So should be a long day tomorrow. For now, just enjoying this beautiful sunset here. Gorgeous beach. Trying out the local star vlogger. You can see that, but it's getting dark, unfortunately, but a little tinge of sunset left at least to enjoy this. So cheers, everybody. Welcome to Sierra Leone. So I really enjoyed that beer and a great view of the setting sun. So I'm gonna head back to the hotel now and call it a night. So I've definitely taken some huge steps here to beautify Lumley Beach. You can see this massive light display. And all these buildings surrounding it are really nicely lit as well. This one has some random Chinese script on the front, but I think that's because there's so many Chinese business people here. It's incredible. Well, folks, sometimes false advertising gets you. So this is my room, which is not as pictured on Expedia. It is super basic. There's a lot of mosquitoes in here, so I got it ripped off. This was 59 Canadian dollars, so not expensive. And thankfully I gotta be up at like 4:30 tomorrow to try to get a bus out of here, but kind of annoying more than anything. Pretty basic lodgings. They're getting through that window, I think, but it's definitely not luxurious, let's put it that way. Unfortunate for sure, and huge gap in the door, so I think a lot more mosquitoes are going to come in the evening, unfortunately. But anyway, welcome to my room. You can see the chair is just filthy. I don't know if you can see that well on camera, but wow, just kind of a pigsty. It's really unkempt. Honestly, folks, I don't know why this always happens to me. I mean, this was not even the cheapest room in town. This one was the one that looked the best. That was about $20 more than I could have paid. So Oh, super annoying, but it is what it is. Well, sometimes you just have to take matters into your own hands and MacGyver a solution. So this door doesn't close flush. It's quite warped, so there's huge gaps where the mosquitoes can enter. I took care of most of them, so pretty much filled this with toilet paper, stuffed it into the whatever cracks there were, and I've stuffed the towel into the bottom of the door where there's a significant gap. So honestly, it's better than doing nothing, of course. There's huge gaps for mosquitoes to just fly in as they will. Honestly, I'm wearing mosquito repellent, but in Africa, I don't know what it is. Sometimes they just don't care and they just bite you anyway. So I already had dengue fever once and I almost died. So don't want to mess around with mosquitoes. They're the worst creatures on the face of this planet. So whatever I can do to protect myself, I will. I hate situations like this where they don't have a mosquito net and you're basically at the mercy of luck whether or not you get bit. I'm going to do everything I can at least to slather myself with mosquito repellent. I'm probably going to sleep with clothes on tonight to be a lot safer. But, yeah, welcome to Africa, folks. You never know. You never know if there's going to be mosquitoes in your room. So always get a room with a net. I just didn't think it would be a problem here. So, wow, a lot of things are different than I thought would be here, though. So it is what it is. I was actually thinking about heading out. They have a chicken restaurant, fried chicken place here that's not too expensive. But I honestly couldn't be bothered now. I think I'm just going to have a granola bar and go to bed because I have an early wake up tomorrow. That's one reason. But also, the minute I open this door, I am opening myself to a world of potential problems if there's any other mosquitoes that get in here. I think I've cleared them out now, so knock on wood, folks. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it gave you a sense at least of the Sierra Leone capital and can inform your trip if you decide to take this overland journey across West Africa. But that is pretty much it for me from Freetown, Sierra Leone. I'm going to get a bus out of here tomorrow morning, hopefully. Stay tuned for that video. I'm going to head to bed, and I'll see you tomorrow for the journey across Sierra Leone.